took so long for me to upload a video. I just had a little problem. But we're back now. So I'm gonna continue with another Cluedo video because I haven't had a chance to prepare anything else. And the latest requests have been Cluedo. So let's start. I'm gonna play single player. I've tried playing online 2 times now, but some of the players leave the game, so it ends up being incomplete. Okay, last time we played the Egyptian adventure, so now let's go to Sherlock. Maybe I can make it 1 hour long, but we'll see. Who should we be? I'm gonna be Sherlock this time. And then we have green. I think that's peacock. I'm not sure. So let's start. I think you can see everything clearly. Okay. And we're getting all of our cards. That's Antler, sorry. Who goes first? Antler goes first. Printing press, okay. She suggests it was Meadow using razor in the printing press, and Meadow showed her a card. Okay, so far we know it was an Antler. And we just have a clue about the rooms, so it wasn't the dock or the department store, the museum, or the 221B Baker Street. And we don't know anything else. And we know Meadow showed her a card. It could either be the razor, printing press, or Meadow. We don't know. So let's continue. Eight, I think. I haven't counted. So she's going into the pub, and she suggests it was Watson using a cricket bat in the pub. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see. Now it's my turn. Where should we go? Let's go to Dark Alley. And I'm gonna suggest that it was me using a razor. And Watson says that it wasn't me. That's good to know. Now we have Watson 8, and he's going into the pub for a drink. He says it was Meadowbrook using a cricket bat in the pub. Okay. Looks like a lot of people are suggesting the pub so far, but I don't know yet. 7. We're going into the department store. Oh, that's cute actually. It says it was Scarlett using a cricket bat as well. showed a card about, I think you can see a little bit better now. Either showed a card about Scarlet or the cricket bat, because we know he wasn't in the department store. And we have Meadow with 7, and she's going into the dog. Okay. She suggests it was herself using a revolver in the dog, and I'm gonna show the dog. Okay. Still, we have no clues so far. 3. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go anywhere, so I'm just gonna go and hang out in the hall. 9. Again in the printing press. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So, cricket bat is a little bit suspicious, and printing press, maybe, we don't know yet, but that's something we have to keep an eye on, just in case. And Andler is going into the department store, and she's saying it was Watson using a cricket bat again. Okay. So, Meadow showed a card. I know that it was in the department store because I have the card. And the cricket bat is interesting, and also Watson. So Meadow either showed a card about Watson or the cricket bat. I'm not gonna mark off anything yet. So Meadow is going into the museum, and she said it was Irene using a revolver in the museum. Okay, so I have the museum and Irene. We have no idea about the revolver, so I'm thinking maybe I can show her Irene. Okay. Now it's my turn. 9. Where should we go? I keep forgetting which ones we have. Let's go to Hyde Park. it wasn't her. We know it wasn't Hyde Park. And okay, so the revolver is a bit suspicious. So I'm gonna show her it wasn't her, but I'm gonna add a question mark in the revolver because nobody showed a card about it. 11. Okay, so she suggests that it was Scarlett using a revolver in Hyde Park. Let's see who showed me. Okay, Watson showed her that it wasn't in Hyde Park, because that's what he showed me. The revolver is still in the game, and Scarlett is also still in the game. I think we're getting somewhere. Where should we go? I think I'm gonna go to the museum because we already have that one, and I'm gonna say it was me using the revolver just to see if the revolver is in the game or if it's okay. It wasn't me. Oh, I think you showed me this earlier. No, okay. So we just wasted one turn. That's okay. And he's going into the museum. So Jesse was Andler using a cricket bat in the museum. Again, let me check. So it wasn't the museum, it was Andler. I have the Andler card and I have the museum card, so we know that it wasn't the cricket bat. That's good to know. Eleven, and Andler is going into the dock. She suggests that it was Watson using a blowpipe in the dock. That's interesting. Okay. Seven, we're going into the museum. And Scarlett again with a cricket bat. Come on, in the museum. Where should we go? So we know all of them. Let's go to the department store that I already have the card for. And I'm gonna suggest that it was okay, I'm gonna suggest it was Andler. It's the department store. And I'm gonna say revolver because we already have all the other cards. Okay, it wasn't the revolver. That's good to know. And a turn. And now it's Watson's turn. And he's going into the printing press. says it was Antler using a revolver. Okay. Who showed me the revolver card? Okay, so I think it wasn't the printing press. Antler rolled 8 and just going into the, which one is it? Titans Club. Suggests it was Scarlet using a blowpipe. No clue yet. Wow, she seemed hungry. And Meadow, I don't think she's gonna go anywhere. Oh, she can go into the dock. Okay. Let's go to the Titans Club. And I'm gonna suggest Antler because we already have that card. And also I'm gonna say the cricket bat just to make sure that it wasn't there. Okay, so it was in the cricket bat, but you already showed that to me. No, I should have done that. I'm making stupid decisions in this one. Again, Antler using a blowpipe. I have Antler. I have I don't know about the Titans Club, so Meadow either showed one about the blowpipe or the Titans Club. I think it's the Titans Club, but I'm not sure because she didn't have that card earlier. Who knows? 3. I don't think anyone's been in that room yet. Watson using a blowpipe. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Watson's definitely a suspect now. And let's see, 12. She's going into the dark alley. Do we have that card? No, we don't. Scarlet, okay. Using a blowpipe. No clue. Six. Let's see. Let's go into it doesn't matter. Let's go to the department store. And I'm gonna say it was Antler using a sword. so far we know the weapon. And Dark Alley is still in question, and also all these four suspects, Watson, Meadowbrook, Scarlet, and Plum. Nobody suggested Plum yet, so maybe we can suggest him next time. We're going into the same room again. Antler using a razor. So I know it was Antler. I have the room correct, so it wasn't the razor either. So we know for sure that now it's the sword was used. And we're going into the dark alley, and Antler says it was herself again using a blowpipe. And I'm gonna show her that it wasn't her. Hyde Park. Scarlet using a truncheon. Oh. So either, I'm pretty sure it wasn't this one either. So we know it was the sword. Let's see. 8. Where should we go now? Let's go to the Diligence Club one last time, hoping to get the room correct. So I'm gonna say it was Antler using not the cricket bat, but the blowpipe. And it wasn't the blowpipe, so now we have the weapon correct. It was the sword. 12, like you. Okay. He's saying again it was Antler using a truncheon. So, Meadow must have shown him the truncheon card now. And he's going into the museum. Scarlet again using a blowpipe. Come on. In the museum. Okay, Scarlet is starting to get suspicious. Where should we go? Actually, nowhere to go. Let's go to this one where we already have the card, and let's focus on this aspect this time because we already know the weapon. So I'm gonna say it was Scarlet using a sword. It wasn't Scarlet. So it's either Watson, Meadow, or Plum. I forgot about Plum again. I should have suggested him. And Watson's going into the museum. Do we have the one with the museum? I don't remember. We do. So he says he was Antler using a razor. We know it wasn't a razor. So that's probably what Antler showed him right now. And, okay, let's see what Antler says. Again in the department store. And she said it was Scarlet using a blowpipe. And I'm gonna show the department store. Okay, that's interesting. So Meadowbrook could be her. We know it wasn't the razor. And we know it could be the Diogenes Club. Okay, so far it's the sword, the Diogenes Club, and we need to find who did it. I'm gonna suggest Plum this time. I'm hoping. So, Plum using a sword. Okay, it's not Plum. So it's either Meadowbrook or Watson. Now, I'm starting to get really sleepy. So, Antler. We already know that one. Wow, this is going longer than I expected it to be. 10, I think. I wasn't sure if it showed 5 or 4. Hyde Park, we have Scarlet again using a cricket bat. Who showed the cricket bat earlier? Let's see. Cricket bat. Watson using a razor. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's Watson so far, but let's see. So we have 10. Where should we go? Let's go to the pub. And I'm gonna suggest that it was Watson using a sword. Okay, it wasn't in the pub. So it was definitely in the Diogenes Club or the Dark Alley, and probably Watson or Meadowbrook, but we are not sure yet. he's gonna make an accusation. He says it was him using a sword in the dark alley. I'm pretty sure he's correct, because we've missed most of the clues. Okay, well, good for him. He found it. He solved it. So it was him. Let's play another one. Let's go in the masquerade. And I want to be Scarlet this time. And we have Watson. I don't want these. I want Plum. Let's go with the traditional ones. Peacock and Mustard. Let's start. Oh, that looks lovely. So let's see what we have so far. So, okay. Please, I want to go first. Thank God. Okay. So according to my cards, it's not green. It wasn't the pistol, and it wasn't the banquet hall, bedroom, or veranda. So let's begin with the first one. Where should we go? We can go anywhere. Let's go to the ballroom. And let's say that it was myself using the poison. Okay, it wasn't in the ballroom. We got one of them out of the way. And let's end my turn. Now it's Peacock's turn, and she went to the arcade. She suggests it was me using a pistol. I'm not sure I have the arcade card, so it could be any one of those. Now it's Plum's turn. He rolled a 6. And he's also going into the ballroom. So he's saying that it was Peacock using the poison in the ballroom. Oh, that's interesting, because Peacock showed me the ballroom earlier, and she just showed a card to Plum. So I'm pretty sure she showed him the ballroom card. So the poison and Peacock are still suspicious. Let's see. Now it's Mustard's turn. And he's going into the drawing room. I really want to see what it looks like. He says it was Orchid using a sword. We have no clue. And my turn. 5. Where should we go? Where can we go, actually? Let's go to the arcade. Oh, we're already there. Okay. So I'm gonna say that it was Mustard using the sword. Okay, it was Mustard. That's good to know. And end turn. And now it's Peacock's turn. 4. I don't think she can go. Oh, she can go into the bike at home. Plum using the candelabra. using the theater yet. It looks nice. Said it was mustard using a lute in the theater. Mustard. It wasn't mustard because Peacock showed this card. And it was mustard either showed the theater or the lute. We don't know yet again. Let's see who he's going to accuse now. Green, okay. Using a pistol. I have all the 3 cards. It wasn't green, it wasn't the pistol, so I'm gonna use the veranda card. Where should we go? We have theater, veranda, pier, and bedroom. I haven't been to the pier yet, so I'm thinking maybe going into the pier. And I'm going to accuse green using a pistol. Just to make sure that it wasn't the pier. Okay. It was in the pier. So we have a drawing room, gallery, theater, and arcade for this one. And Peacock is also going to the pier, but I think it's because she didn't roll a very good set of dice. So she said it was green using the poison. I already have green. And Pierre, I think he either showed her a card about Pierre or the poison, but I'm pretty sure, okay, it could be the poison. We'll see in a little bit. Plum's turn. 7, let's see, bank it all. So he said it was green using the parasol in the packet all. I know it wasn't green, so it definitely wasn't the parasol either. Who showed the card? This one, okay. So it was either lute, sword, or the candelabra, because they have all the other cards. 5, and we're going into the theater. Let's see. Do I have the theater one? Oh, I don't have the theater. I think Peacock showed him the mustard card. My turn. 4. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go anywhere. Should I go into the bedroom or makes no difference where I go? So I'm gonna go to the bedroom, and I'm gonna suggest that it was green using the candelabra. It wasn't the candelabra, okay. So it was either the sword or the lute then. So Peacock suggests it was herself using a parasol in veranda. Peacock Peacock is also suspect. Parasol, I think Mustard showed her the Parasol card, and yeah, Peacock is a bit suspicious now. Three. Oh, he can go into the pier. I was gonna say he's not gonna be able to go anywhere. He said it was Scarlet using the pistol in the pier. I'm pretty sure Mustard showed the pier card because I have the pistol card, and nobody heard from Scarlet about her not being suspicious. And we're going into the banquet hall, and he's gonna say it was Peacock using the sword. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm gonna show the location card. And now it's my turn. Okay. 6. Where should we go? Let's go to the arcade. And I will suggest the same. So it was green using the pistol. Okay, it was in the arcade. So it was either in the drawing room, gallery, or the theater. And Peacock is going into the theater now. One of my favorite scenes is the theater, if I'm honest. So we have Plum, probably, or the candelabra, or the theater. We don't know. And now it's Plum's turn, and he rolled 5. He's going to the veranda, and he says it was Peacock using a pistol. Okay, Peacock is becoming more and more suspicious. Let's see. Now it's Mustard's turn. 6. And he's going into the theater. I keep forgetting which ones I have. And he's saying that it was green using the candelabra. It wasn't green. 6. Where should we go? Let's go into the theater, because we really need to find the place first. And I'm gonna suggest that it was green using a pistol. Great. Okay. So it was in the theater. And now we need the weapon. It's either the sword or the lute. And it was either Scarlet, Peacock, Plum, or Orchid. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Now it's Peacock's turn. She's going into the theater. And she says that it was Scarlet using the lute. Okay. interesting. Now it's Plum's turn. 9. Let's see. He's also going into the theater. Okay, I think they figured out which one it is. I'm pretty sure Mustard showed the parasol, which means Scarlet is our main suspect here. And we're all in the same room. 3. He can go to the veranda. And he's saying that he was Peacock using the candelabra. Who showed me the candelabra? It was Plum. I have the veranda card, but not Peacock. So Peacock is also a main suspect now. Okay, so we already know the room, it doesn't matter. Let's go to the veranda and say it was Peacock using the lute. Okay, it wasn't Peacock, which means it was either Scarlet, Plum, or Cricket. 5. Theater. Again, theater. Okay, I think everyone's figured out which one it is. Plum using the sword. I don't know. So Plum suggests it was Mustard using a pistol. And I'm gonna show the location again. Let's see what Mustard has to say. Okay, I'm 100% sure everyone figured out the location. Plum using the parasol. Oh, okay. So, Plum here is a suspect. And let's try and use the sword this time. 5. Let's go into the theater again. And I'm gonna say that it was Plum using a sword. Okay, it wasn't the sword. Should we make a final accusation? We know it was the lute now. And in the theater, and now it's either Scarlet, Plum, or Orchid. Let's do it one more time. If nobody solves it, then we're gonna solve it. Peacock is going into the banquet hall. She says it was herself using a lute. And I'm pretty sure it's Mustard who showed her the lute. I'm not sure. We'll see. Plum's turn. Oh, okay. So I'm pretty apparently, I think Peacock showed him the mustard card. And the sword, we already have it. In the theater, we don't. Two, I don't think he's gonna be able to go anywhere. He's just gonna go into the hall. Okay. Let's see. Five. Let's go here again. And I'm gonna say that it was Plum using the pistol. Okay, so it was Plum. And let's make a final accusation. So, we're gonna say it was Plum using flute in the theater. And let's see if we got it right. It was Plum. No, we've lost. Using poison in the theater. That's okay. Let's do another one. Let's play in the Wild West. I'm gonna be Plum this time. And we can have Mustard and Peacock. Let's have 3 players for this one. And when you have less players, you get more cards as well. So we have the general store. Hopefully I can play first. No, Mustard's going first. Okay. Let's see what he suggests, and then we're gonna take a look at our cards. Okay. So we know it wasn't Mustard. We know it wasn't Peacock. We know it wasn't Scarlet. We know it wasn't the Whip. And we know it was in the blacksmiths or general stores, which means that it wasn't the pickaxe. Okay. Let's see, Peacock's turn, and she rolled 7, which is going into the blacksmiths. And she's saying it was Plum using the 6-shooter. Plum, we don't have that one. The 6-shooter, we don't have that. We only have the blacksmiths. So we're gonna show her the card. And my turn now. 7. Let's go to jail. And I'm gonna say it was Plum using the whip. Okay, it wasn't in jail. See, good to know. Seven, and he's going into the courthouse. That looks interesting. He says it was Scarlet using a whip. We know he wasn't Scarlet. So, Peacock either showed the courthouse or the whip. We don't know. It's Peacock's turn. 9. She's going into the sheriff's office. Plum using the horseshoe. We don't know anything about that. Six. Where should we go? Let's go to, it doesn't matter because we already have the cards. So now we're gonna focus on the person. Let's say it was Plum using the whip. Okay, so it was Plum. We know who was responsible so far, and now we have to find the weapon and then the location. Then Mustard is going into blacksmith's and he's saying it was Plum using a whip, and it wasn't a whip. And she's going into the general store, and she says it was Orchid using a knife into the general store, and I have the location with me. Seven. Let's go to the main street. I will suggest that it was Scarlet using, let's see, gold nugget. Okay, it wasn't the gold nugget. It's either the horseshoe knife or the 6-shooter. Okay. Plum using a 6-shooter in the main street. We have no clue yet, but I think they're getting somewhere. 11. Let's see what they're gonna say. They say it's Scarlet using a whip, so I'm gonna show the whip. I keep forgetting what I have, but where should we go? Let's go to the bank. Just to rule it out, and I'm gonna say it was Mustard using a horseshoe in the bank. Okay, it wasn't the bank either. So it's either a graveyard, sheriff's office, main street, or a saloon, or a courthouse. And Master is going to the general store, and he's saying it was Plum using a knife. That's interesting, in the general store. So, knife is suspicious, and the general store, we have that one. And, okay, I'm gonna suggest knife in the next one after Peacock. Let's go to sheriff's office because we haven't been there so far, I think. And I'm gonna say it was Mustard using a 6-shooter. Okay, it wasn't a 6-shooter. That's interesting. So it was either a knife or a horseshoe, and the sheriff's office is still in the equation. No, turn 10, and we're going into the saloon. Scarlet using a 6-shooter, and I think Peacock showed him the 6-shooter card. Orchid using pickaxe. It wasn't a pickaxe for sure, but I don't know about the bag. No, it wasn't either. Okay, let's see. We can either go to the general store or in jail. It doesn't matter where we go now. So just to find the weapon, we have horseshoe or knife. I'm gonna say it was Mustard using a witchy knife. Okay, so we know it was Plum using a knife, and then we have Graveyard, Main Street Saloon, or Courthouse. And we're going into the sheriff's office. It says Scarlet using a whip, and I'm gonna show the whip. When we play this game in real life, it's good to only constantly show one card, not all of them. So if you start off and they keep saying the same weapon, then that's the one you should be using, and leave one other one at the end so that you can win. Because they feel like I haven't seen this card earlier, but you have it, you just haven't shown it because you were able to show other ones. So Plum, knife, let's see where we can go. Main Street or the sheriff's office. Let's go to Main Street. Oh, sheriff's office. That's interesting. I'm gonna go to the sheriff's office to double check. I haven't noticed that nobody showed me anything. So, I'm gonna say it was Plum using a knife in the sheriff's office. Okay, let's do our final accusation then. Hopefully this time we'll get it right. It was Plum using a knife in the sheriff's office. Let's see. Okay, we got it. Solved the mystery. Okay, I think that's it for this video because I'm getting